Hi, 4th and 5th grade, welcome back. All right, today I want to start with a new song, and this is going to be a little bit of a challenge because this song comes from Ghana in Africa and has some words in it that are going to be brand new to most of you, if not all of you. And I'm not going to go through every word's translation, but basically this song speaks of a hawk, a bird, a hawk that was orphaned and had to learn how to fight for itself. So it's a song specifically about a hawk, but I think it was probably sung as a lesson for kids about how to be strong and how to learn to do things for themselves. So I'm going to sing it for you once, and then I'll help you with the words. Sansa komani che kokoma Sansa komani ne wu che kokoma Sansa komani ne wu kokoma Sansa komani ne wu kokoma. So it's pretty much the same sentence over and over again, although it changes a little bit in the second half. So the words are Sansa Koma, that's the first two. Sansa Koma Nine. Sansa Koma Nine. And then Wu Acheche. Wu Acheche Kokoma. Wu Acheche Kokoma. Let me sing a little bit of that for you, and then you can repeat after me. Sansa koma anine, Sansa koma anine, Sansa koma anine. And then Wu acheche kokoma, Wu acheche kokoma, Wu acheche kokoma. Let's try that whole part. Ready? Sansa koma anine. Here we go. Sansa koma anine wu acheche kokoma. And then we do the same sentence, but we come down a little bit lower at the end. Sansa koma anine wu acheche kokoma. Sansa wo. Sansa koma anine wu acheche kokoma. Sansa koma anine wu acheche kokoma. Sansa koma anine wu acheche kokoma. So let's try that 2 times. The first time, a little bit higher. The second time, our voices are a little bit lower. 1, 2, here we go. Sansa koma anine wu acheche kokoma. Sansa koma anine wu acheche kokoma. Now, we do kind of the same thing for the second half of the song, but we don't sing acheche. We just hold out woo kokoma. We still end with kokoma. So it goes like this. Repeat after me. Sansa koma anine wu kokoma. Your turn. Here you go. Sansa koma anine wu kokoma. And then we do the same thing with the lower version. Sansa koma anine wu kokoma. Your turn. Here you go. Sansa All right, so let's give it our best shot. Try to get all the way through the song. We'll do it 2 times, and then I will talk about some things that we can add to it, okay? Here we go. Sansa koma nine wu acheche kokoma. Sansa koma nine wu acheche kokoma. Sansa koma nine wu kokoma. Sansa che che kokoma. Sansa chroma nine woo che che kokoma. Sansa chroma nine woo kokoma. Sansa chroma nine woo kokoma. All right, so here are a couple things that we can add to it. First of all, we're going to talk about adding a drum part. So you could have anything, of course, anything in your house can work as a drum as long as you have permission to use it. And you can just pick a rhythm, a repeating rhythm. We've used the word ostinato in the past. That's just a big music word that means a repeated thing over and over in a song. So you could pick a rhythm like, maybe we'll just do do day, do day for the whole song. Sansa coma nine woo che che kokoma. Sansa coma nine woo che che kokoma. Right? You could just have, and it could be anything. You could just keep a steady beat. Sansa coma nine woo che che kokoma. Sansa coma nine woo che che kokoma. So that's one thing you could do. Okay? Come up with any rhythm that you want. Any rhythm that you want. And you could rewind the video and just do it with me when I'm playing the guitar, but you could have an instrument to go along with it. The other thing I want to show you is some hand games that can go along with it. And you would need some other people, at least one other person to play this with. More people the better, because then you can form a circle. And you would actually sit down, you would have a circle while you are seated, and you would need something to use. Now, traditionally, this would have been with a rock. So you would have done it outside, sitting like in your yard or on your driveway or something, and you'd be in a circle and you would each have a little rock that you would be passing to the next person. Okay? But in your house, you could use whatever. I just have a little shaker that I made. It doesn't have to be a sound that shakes. Like I said, it could just be a rock, something that you can pick up and move. But this is what I have handy. So, in the first one, you would simply be passing to the next person. And what you actually do, you put it in front of them. Okay, you don't pass it to their hands. You pick it up. It'll be sitting in front of you. And then you pick it up and put it in front of the next person. And the other person beside you would be picking up theirs and putting it in front of you. So you would constantly be having one in front of you that you would move on the heartbeat. So it would be pick up, put down, pick up, put down, pick up, put down. So it'd be kind of like this. Sansa coma I messed up the words. Sansa coma anine woo a che che kokoma. Pick up, put down. Pick up the next one, put down. Next one, put down. Next one, put down. So let's just try that movement for the whole song, and then of course you could go back and you could pause the video and get somebody else to play the game with and get a couple of things. Okay, but we'll just practice the movement for now. Movement like this, where you are picking up, putting it down for the next person. 1, 2, singing now. Sansa coma anine woo a che che kokoma. Sansa coma anine woo a che che kokoma. Sansa coma anine woo kokoma. Sansa coma anine woo kokoma. Okay. All right, so that's one idea. Another idea is you would still be passing your item to the next person, but there would be some other things that would go with it. Okay? So, for example, you could have your item sitting in front of you, your rock or your shaker or whatever, okay? And you would actually, so you would, here's one rhythm you could do. Tap, tap, clap, pass. It's kind of like the cup game, okay? So you could go, ooh, Sansa chroma, a weene, anine, sorry. Senza chroma anine. And then you would have another one sitting in front of you that the person passed to you, and you could tap it again. Che coco ma. Senza chroma anine. Che coco ma. Senza chroma anine. Coco ma. Senza chroma awine coco ma. Okay, so hopefully you get the idea where you would do pat, pat, clap, and pass. Pat, pat, clap, and pass. Pat, pat, clap, and pass. All right. So those are two ideas that you could do. And of course, like I said, you could rewind the video and you could try those while we're singing the song and I'm playing the guitar, so you would have the music to help you along with that as well. So there you go. All right, our second thing we're going to do today, remember last week we were working on some improvisation. That is where we come up with our own ideas in our heads and we add it to the music. Right? And we were doing sort of this question and answer thing where I would come up with an idea and then you would answer me with another idea. And then I would come up with another one and you would come up with another one. And we did it with rhythms. And then we also added it to our recorders. And we're going to do that again today, but I want to add one other new thing. If you don't have a recorder at home, but maybe you do have an instrument like a glockenspiel or a xylophone or even a piano type instrument, anything where you can play different pitches, different letter names, you could play this as well instead of the recorder. So remember last week, let me come a little closer. Last week we were playing B, A, and G improvisations on the recorder. Well, you could find B, A, and G on this instrument too. Even if yours does not have letter names on it, you can find a B, A, and G. Most instruments start on a C. So if that's the case, you would count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that would be your G. And then your A and your B, they're all next to each other. So you start at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there are your three notes, G, A, and B, even if you don't have the letter names written on them. Okay? So for example, if I played an improvisation like this, I just make it up, I'll start on G. I'll go, right? Do, they, do, they, do. You could answer me with anything. You could answer, okay? So let's try it. Get out whatever instrument you would like to use. If it's your recorder, get out your recorder. If it is a drum, if that's the type of instrument that you have to use, that is fine. If you have this type of instrument, that is great as well. Okay, so pause the video, grab an instrument, and then come back. All right, here we go. Me first. Remember, there are no wrong answers. Okay? You come up with whatever you want to play back to me. Here we go. Me first. Your turn. My turn. All right, very good. And you, like I said, can always rewind the video. If you have more than one instrument, you could get your other instrument out and try that as well in a variety of ways. So keep your brains active with music. Try to come up with as many different ideas as you can. And remember, there's no wrong answers, okay? It's always good to know what you're going to play, but it's okay for something a little bit different to come out. When you're improvising, that's really what it is. You're free to do a lot of different things. Okay, For our final thing today, we're going to take a look at that song we did a couple weeks ago for our recorder called Shades of Blue. Let's take a look at the chart. Okay, so here we have our Shades of Blue, and I think I mentioned to you last time we did this song that it's based on the blues. The blues is a type of jazz music, and what they do a lot in the blues is they have their rhythms with a triplet feel, or sometimes it's called a swinging feel. It sounds like the notes are sort of swinging back and forth. They have that kind of feel. And that's why you see the little threes on top of some of the notes, okay? Because 3 is triple, and they're called triplet patterns, rhythm patterns, okay? So look at the first measure. We start with a B, right? And hopefully we're getting to recognize that now because it's third line, so we go every good boy, B. Next note, A, because it's in the space, and we spell F-A-C-E when we look at the spaces. Third note, G, second line, right? Next note, back to A, and next note, back to B. So our first measure goes B, A, G, A, B. Let's see if you can play that. Ready? Let's sing it once and then we'll play it together. How about that? We can move our fingers while we sing. 1, 2, here we go. B, A, G, A, B. One more time. 1, 2, sing and move. B, A, G, A, B. Now look at the next measure. It's almost identical, but instead of 1 B at the beginning of the measure, we have 2 in that triplet swing feel. So now we have B, B, A, G, A, B. Let's sing it and then play it. Ready? Sing and move. B, B, A, G, A, B. Let's play the entire first staff. From the beginning of the song, 1, 2, here we go. Look at the next staff. First measure in the next staff is actually the same as the first measure of the song. B, A, G, A, B. After that, of course, we change. What letter names do we use? After that, we have 1 G, and then we have 2 E's. Yeah, the bottom line, right? Every good boy does fine. It starts with an E, that bottom line. So there we go. We have 2 E's, but they're tied together. It's kind of like a math problem. You've got to know, well, the quarter note, the first E is a quarter note. That's 1 heartbeat. And then a half note is 2 heartbeats. So that's 1 plus 2. There we go. We have a 3-beat E. So we go G, E. And we just sort of feel and count those 3 beats in our head. Let's try that. 1, 2, play it now. All right, let's try the whole first half of the song starting at the beginning. 1, 2, and here we go. Then you see the repeat sign, the 2 dots. We got to go back and do it again. Here we go. Now we move on to the second half of the song. Now we have 3 notes in our triplet. So that's a full triplet. And we have a way to say that. It's do-da-dee. So instead of do-day, it's do-da-dee. So we have do-da-dee-do, rest, rest. Do-da-dee-do, rest, rest. What letter names do we have in that first measure, do-da-dee-do? Those are B's, right? Third line B. So we go rest, rest. What about the next letter names? Those are all A's. Rest, rest. So let's play that. B, 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 B. Rest, rest. A, 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 A. Here we go. Good. Now, the last staff is actually the same as the second staff. B, A, G, A, B, G, E. Yeah. So in other words, the second half of the song ends the same way that the first half of the song does. Now again, I've said this to you before, but if you're saying to yourself, Mr. Davidson, you're going too fast. Well, because this is a video, I'm able to show you these things, and you're able to pause it and say, oops, I messed up that part. Let me try that again 3 more times or 5 more times until I get it, and then I can start the video again. So that's what you can always do. If Mr. Davidson, if you feel like I'm going too fast for you, you pause it, you go back and you work on it again on your own, or you can rewind it and do it again with me in the video. All right, so here we go. We're going to do the whole song. If you do not have a recorder, please sing the letter names with us. B, A, G, A, B, right? Here we go. 1, 2, play. Repeat. Second half. Rest, rest. Rest, rest. Okay. Good practice, and of course it is always more fun to play along with some music, and I'm not going to post that again on this video, but a couple weeks ago when we did this song, I had an accompaniment that I found on the internet that plays the background music for this song, and you can play along with it. So if you go back a couple weeks and check out that video lesson from me on my YouTube channel, then you are able to see and hear the accompaniment music and play along with it. Okay, that concludes our lesson for this week. I will see you one more time next week for our final lesson of the year. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.